So coming up next, we also have another one of our programs that basically the general public comes in to see every single day. I mean, the people you're looking at from Arnold to Mike, Lawrence, Sam, you know, everybody that's within CREES, they're very, very popular within the farming community. If you try to come in during the daytime without making an appointment, good luck with trying to find these guys because they're in such high demand that you guys have actually got to learn from pretty much the best on island. So let's go on ahead and we'll bring up Mr. Mike Ogo, which is the head of the aquaponics lab. Aquaculture, I'm sorry. And he'll go ahead and introduce the rest of his crew. So,
good morning, everyone. We always look forward each year for this internship because basically this is CREES' way of molding and helping this student decide a career choice. So without further ado, I would like to call my interns to introduce themselves. Thank you.
Hello. Hi guys, good morning. My name is Jared Zuzu.
And my name is Maggie Crisostomo.
My name is Sean Palma. Hi.
And we are the Aquaculture Program interns. What is aquaculture? Aquaculture is the farming and cultivation of aquatic organisms, especially for food. Basically, this is just fish farming and producing your own seafood in your own company or backyard. This is the open top tank, and basically this is in the ocean. All of the big companies that do fish farming, they have this. This is the submerged tank. It's basically the open top tank, but with a closed top, and it's basically to make the fish live in their own environment. And this is the fiberglass culture tank. These are what they use in the backyard. In NMC-CREES, we have these in the backyard. Aquaponics. Aquaponics is basically aquaculture and hydroponics put together. This is the aquaponics system we have in our backyard at the NMC-CREES aquaculture facility. This is the beginning of the aquaponics system. It's a tilapia tank. And the reason why we use tilapias for this is because it's freshwater fish, and plants like the Cancun we have here, it can't grow with salt water, or it only can handle so much salt. And this is a hydroponic plant. It's the Cancun. It's good to eat. And then the water basically travels into the second water filtration system, and this is the azola. And then when when the water filters into here, it goes back straight into the tilapia tank, and the water is really nice and clean. This is the hydroponic plants. This is lettuce, and we grow this at the Cagman Forestry place in Cagman, and we have our own hydroponic system there. It's a little too dark because it was really raining that time, and you can see it really produced a lot of lettuce, big ones.
Okay guys, every time we always have to check the water quality of the fish. First of all, what we need to find the salinity of the water. which is the amount of salt present in the water, the pH, the acidity of the water, and the oxygen limit. The amount of oxygen dissolved in the water, and of course the temperature. If it's too hot, you know, they might get cooked already. So yeah. These are the tools we use to find the pH, the temperature, and the salinity. What we have on the left side, the yellow, is the pH scale. What we have in the middle is the salinity tool that we use to check salinity, and the right side is the thermometer. Okay, we have two fish in the backyard that we have in the tank. One of those is the tilapia. As you can see, we have a variety, but right now we have a picture of a red and black tilapia. Next one is the rabbitfish. This is a newly found project that we, the aquaculture interns, are working on. We are the first to maintain and work on them. The rabbitfish and the tilapia are, what do you call that? Very profitable. They are one of the top selling market. Okay, let me rephrase that. These are very rewarding. They sell for a lot of money, and thanks to Mr. Ogo's efforts and his right man, Petrus Faimau, farmers here and us are able to export these fish to other countries. Okay, rotifers. The rotifers are what we feed to the rabbitfish larvae. Right here we are feeding the rotifers with microalgae.
A fair amount of time spent as research assistants for the aquaculture department. We had to do a lot of outreach and extension activities. One example is we attended the farmers meeting that they have at the forestry department in Cagman. Basically what we had and what we experienced was having all the farmers all across the island come together and just add in their input and data, explain any issues they have with whatever products they were growing. And we were able to offer services and workshops to help them with their crops.
So Will Hinson is one of the clients we worked with while being with the aquaculture program. We actually put these wood under here to make everything leveled. It was actually sinking in the middle. So we did a good job, and we planted new petite. This is us working on Will Hinson's aquaponics system, and then that's how it looks like from the top view. It's really nice. This is the tilapia feed and rabbitfish workshop. We brought the farmers to NMC to teach them how to make tilapia feed. And we didn't have those pelletizers, so we just used a mincer and we basically did it. And one of our other workshops that we attended was the breadfruit disease. This is not really aquaculture, but we really helped out with setting up this workshop. The guy on the right is Dr. Raymond Gia. And one of our other outreach and extension things we did was go to Whispering Palms and set up an aquaponics system. As you can see here, we allowed the kids to get some experience with fixing up the aquaponics system. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Maggie Crisosimo, and with me here is Jared Azuzu. We are both research assistants with the Aquaculture program at NMC-CREES under the CariPac program 2014. One of our tasks as research assistants is to help propagate fish farming in the CNMI. Now, fish farming can be very rewarding, not only under the financial aspect, but can be fun and very fulfilling. Now, the two major issues with fish farming in the CNMI is one, the high cost of electricity in our islands, and the cost of feed. Now, we will demonstrate to you today how to make a low-cost alternative to commercial tilapia feed with ingredients readily available in our islands. Now, what we have here are ingredients to make the tilapia feed, and on this side we have our dry ingredients, which mainly consists of 2 cups of wheat flour, 1.5 cup of fish meal, and a teaspoon of our premixed vitamins and minerals. Now on this side we have our wet ingredients, which mainly consist of 2 cups of drinking water, about a teaspoon of animal or vegetable-based oil, in this case we'll be using vegetable oil, and about a cup of cooked local bananas. But instead of bananas, you can also use taro, sweet potato, breadfruit, basically whichever starchy fruits or vegetables you can get a hold of at home. Now to start things off, you want to take your 2 cups of wheat flour and place it into the dry ingredients bowl. And after placing the wheat flour into the bowl, we can go ahead and grab our 1.5 cup of fish meal and add that into the mix as well. And after that's in, we can just grab our teaspoon of our premixed vitamins and minerals and just drop it into the bowl. So from there on, we can just mix them all together into the dry ingredients bowl. Okay. After mixing our dry ingredients together, we can go ahead and move on to the wet ingredients. And what we want to do is grab a cup of cooked local bananas and place it into the wet ingredients bowl. From here we can start mashing it all together. This is what it looks like. Okay. It is hard. Oh my god. It is freaking. These are our mashed bananas, and what we'll do with this is we'll place it into the dry ingredients bowl. We just want to start mixing it all together now. Make sure to incorporate all the ingredients and to have them all combined as much as possible. Okay. Now once everything is combined and mixed together, we can go ahead and move on to our starch. Now once all our wet and dry ingredients are mixed together, we can go ahead and move on to the starch. And to do that, we will place a pot atop a butane burner, and after turning it on, we will put about 2 cups of water into the pot. And once it comes to a steady boil, we can go ahead and add in our 2 cups of starch. Now it can either be tapioca or cornstarch. The main thing is whatever you have on hand. It's perfectly fine to use. You will want to make sure to add it in gradually and keep stirring until it gels. Now once it does so and looks sort of like this, you want to add it into the bowl with the incorporated wet and dry ingredients. And to just pour it on top there. Make sure everything is in the bowl. Okay. And you will want to start mixing them all together. But before you do that, we will also add the 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil that we'll be adding into the bowl. Just place that in there. And now we can mix all the ingredients together. Just mix it as if you are mixing together a type of dough for buñuelos or even bread. So yeah, usually the old people would always use your hands when mixing the ingredients together. So you will want to just grab in there and make sure to mash everything and really dig deep in there to combine the wet, dry ingredients and the gel into the mixture. Now once everything is mixed together, you want to take about this much and roll them into palm-sized dough balls. So something along the lines of this size. Once you start separating them into palm-sized dough balls, you can start dropping them into your mincer so they can start coming out on the other side. Now for safety precautions, we'll be using a regular everyday spoon to just kind of push the dough into the mincer so it can be processed through and start coming out the other side. Now once it starts coming out on the other side, we can start separating them into 1/2 inch pellets. Now you can use an everyday spoon or a cutting utensil such as a knife or a fork. Once you have enough, you can just start separating them and laying them out on the tray to prep them for drying. Now to dry them, you can either set them out for about a day so they can dry in the air, or you can simply bake them in the oven for 15 minutes at 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, and there it is. A few simple steps and about a handful of ingredients will get you great tilapia feed for your fish. That is not what I wrote down. Thank you. So yeah, if you ever plan on having your own aquaponics system at home, that is a very easy thing to do, and you can just make your own feed. Yay. So what we have here is a video montage, basically pictures with the other interns. This is kind of our show of appreciation with everyone and how it's become a memorable learning experience for us all, especially for us too. So hope you enjoy.
We used to be frightened and scared to try the things we don't really understand why. We laughed for a moment, then start to cry. We were crazy. Now that the end is already here, we reminisce about old yells and cheers, even if our last hurrays were never clear. Farewell to you, my friends. We'll see each other again. Don't cry, 'cause it's not the end of everything. I may be miles away, but here is where my heart will stay with you, my friends, with you. Yesterday's a treasure, today is here. Tomorrow's on its way, the sky is clear. Thank you for the memories of all the laughters and tears. Not to mention our doubts and our fears, the hypertension we gave to our peers. It's really funny to look back after all of these years. Farewell to you, my friends. We'll see each other again. Don't worry, 'cause it's not the end of everything. I may be miles away, but here is where my heart will stay with you, my friends, with you.
So that's our presentation. Thank you.